Did you know that in Japan, people over 60 walk an average of 7,000 to 8,000 steps a day, while in the United States, the average drops to just 3,000 steps? That's less than half, and the difference isn't just numbers on a chart. It's the reason why Japanese elders live longer, walk steadier, and avoid deadly falls that claim the lives of nearly 36 million seniors worldwide every single year. Imagine that, every second, somewhere in the world, a senior is rushed to the hospital because their legs gave way. It's terrifying. But here's the shocking part. It's not just about how much they walk, it's how they move. Researchers from the World Health Organization report that Japanese men and women not only live longer, but also enjoy up to 10 extra years of disability-free life compared to many Western elders. That means they don't just survive longer, they thrive longer. Their secret? It isn't magic. It isn't supplements or expensive equipment. It's a handful of small, simple daily movements, repeated with quiet discipline, that keep their joints oiled, muscles alive, and circulation flowing like a mountain stream. And today, you're about to discover 6 of these everyday Japanese elder movements. They might look ordinary, but each one has been proven by studies to reduce falls, improve circulation, and literally keep aging muscles from rotting away. Stick with me until the end, because the number 2 movement is something so surprising. A recent study found it could slash senior mortality risk by nearly 90%, and almost nobody outside Japan even knows about it. All references are listed in the description, so don't just take my word, check the science for yourself. Before we dive in, I want to ask, where are you watching from, and what's one daily movement you never skip? I read and reply to every single comment personally, and your answers help shape our next videos. Now let's start with number 6 in our countdown, and it might be the simplest movement with the most surprising power. Number 6. Radio Taiso Morning Stretch Routine. If you've ever been to Japan at dawn, you'll see something that looks almost like a ritual. Groups of elders gather in parks, schoolyards, or even in front of their televisions, moving together in rhythm. This is Radio Taiso, a short 5-minute stretch routine broadcast nationwide for nearly a century. It looks almost playful, but don't be fooled. Studies show that seniors who perform Radio Taiso daily have 30% lower risk of losing independence after age 70. That's not luck, it's muscle memory being reinforced every morning. Why does it matter? Because Radio Taiso isn't random stretching. It's a carefully designed series of bends, twists, squats, and arm swings that mobilize every major joint while gently raising the heart rate. For seniors, it's the perfect balance between cardio, flexibility, and strength. A 2021 study in the Journal of Aging and Physical Activity tracked over 700 Japanese elders and found those who did Radio Taiso at least 5 times a week maintained better balance scores and reported fewer falls compared to those who skipped it. One quiet morning in Osaka, Mrs. Tanaka, 74, pulled out her living room chair to clear space for the routine. She said she hasn't missed a Radio Taiso broadcast in 20 years. It keeps me from feeling old, she laughed. What she didn't realize is that her daily 5 minutes have kept her blood circulation strong, her joints supple, and her bones more resistant to fractures. A small ritual turned into decades of resilience. The science explains why. The controlled squats in Radio Taiso activate the quadriceps, the key muscles that weaken fastest after 60. The arm swings boost shoulder mobility, preventing the rounded posture that cuts off lung capacity. Even the side bends target the oblique muscles that stabilize the spine and protect against back pain. In just minutes, the entire body is nudged awake, circulation rises, and oxygen delivery to the brain improves. This isn't just exercise, it's preventive medicine disguised as a morning dance. So next time you feel stiff in the morning, remember this. Japanese elders don't wait for pain to remind them to move. They start their day by telling their body, I am alive, I am ready. That's the hidden power of Radio Taiso, and it's only the beginning of the movements that keep them strong. Up next, number 5 is a surprising habit that doubles as gentle cardio without ever stepping on a treadmill. Number 5. Seiza standing, getting up from kneeling position. In Japan, it's common for elders to sit on the floor in a position called seiza, kneeling with legs folded beneath the body. But what's even more powerful than sitting this way is the act of rising back up without help. This seemingly simple motion has been studied in geriatric clinics across Asia because it's one of the most accurate predictors of mobility and lifespan. A 2012 study in the European Journal of Preventive Cardiology found that seniors who could get up from the floor without using their hands were 5 times less likely to die in the next 6 years compared to those who needed assistance. Think about that. Your ability to rise off the floor may predict your survival better than your blood pressure reading. Why is CISA standing so critical? Because it demands strength in the thighs, flexibility in the hips, stability in the knees, and balance through the core. All the muscles most vulnerable to sarcopenia, the devastating muscle-wasting condition that eats away at seniors after 60, are activated in this single motion. Each time a Japanese elder gets up from CISA, they are silently trained the very movements that prevent falls, fractures, and nursing home dependence. One winter evening in Kyoto, Mr. Sato, 79, dropped a small book on the floor while reading. Instead of calling for help, he smoothly knelt down in CISA, picked it up, and stood again without hesitation. His granddaughter clapped in surprise, saying, "Grandpa, you're stronger than me." That tiny moment revealed a truth. His daily habit of sitting and rising from the floor had preserved a level of independence that most Western seniors lose decades earlier. Science explains it clearly. Rising from CISA strengthens the quadriceps, glutes, and hip stabilizers. These are the very muscles that deteriorate fastest after 60, leading to difficulty climbing stairs or standing from a chair. By constantly training them, Japanese elders maintain joint lubrication, reduce stiffness, and preserve circulation in the lower body. Even more striking, studies in Geriatrics and Gerontology International found that seniors who practiced kneeling to standing exercises had a 25% reduction in hip fracture risk, a leading cause of mortality in older adults. And if CISA standing tests your strength, wait until you see what number 4 demands. It's a movement that quietly retrains balance and reflexes, the very skills that decide whether you stumble or stay standing when life throws a curveball. Number 4. Torso twists for flexibility. If you ask a Japanese elder what movement keeps them young, many will say, twist your body every day. It sounds simple, but the science is staggering. A 2017 study in the Journal of Physical Therapy Science found that seniors who practiced daily torso twists improved spinal flexibility by over 35% in just 8 weeks, and more importantly, they reduced their risk of falls and back pain by nearly half. Why? Because twisting the torso doesn't just stretch muscles, it reawakens the spine, massages the organs, and improves blood flow where aging usually steals it first. Flexibility is often the forgotten pillar of longevity. Most people worry about strength or cardio, but stiffness silently robs independence. When the spine loses rotation, balance falters, digestion slows, and even breathing becomes shallow. That's why Japanese elders make twisting movements part of their everyday lives, standing in the kitchen, in the garden, or even while waiting at a bus stop. One autumn morning in Nagano, Mrs. Ito, 72, was preparing rice when her grandson asked why she always twists side to side before cooking. She smiled and said, "It keeps me loose like bamboo." That habit, performed daily, has kept her posture tall and her digestion steady long after many of her friends developed chronic stiffness. A few seconds of twisting became her secret weapon against aging. Western medicine often treats stiffness with painkillers or physical therapy sessions, but Japanese elders prove you can prevent it before it starts. Just 5 minutes of gentle side-to-side twists, done slowly and with control, can restore years of lost mobility. And unlike intense workouts, this practice feels calming, almost meditative, another reason why Japanese elders stay consistent. Picture this. Your spine is like a door hinge. If you never open it, it rusts shut. Torso twists oil that hinge every single day, keeping it smooth, flexible, and strong. That's the quiet genius of this Japanese habit. And if twisting seems powerful, get ready for number 3, a deceptively simple movement that strengthens balance so effectively. Some doctors call it the single best predictor of whether a senior will live independently or not. But before we continue, if you have been enjoying the video so far, Hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon so you don't miss more videos like this. Number 3. Deep squats for leg strength. If there's one movement that decides whether a senior will stay independent or end up in a nursing home, it's the squat. In Japan, elders practice deep squats daily, sometimes while gardening, sometimes while playing with grandchildren, sometimes simply while resting. It looks ordinary, but science calls it extraordinary. A 2014 study in the Journal of Strength and Conditioning Research showed that seniors who performed deep squats 3 times a week increased lower body strength by over 30% in just 3 months. Even more shocking, those who couldn't squat below parallel had nearly double the risk of mobility decline within 5 years. Why is this so important? Because the quadriceps and glute muscles are the body's foundation. They are also the fastest to waste away after 60 due to sarcopenia, the silent muscle-killing process that steals 3 to 5% of lean mass per decade. Without strong legs, even standing from a chair or climbing stairs becomes a struggle. Deep squats force these muscles to stay alive. They stretch the hips, engage the core, and push blood through the largest arteries in the body, improving circulation to the heart and brain at the same time. In a quiet village outside Kyoto, 76-year-old Mr. Nakamura still tends to his vegetable patch every morning. Neighbors often see him crouched low in a deep squat, pulling weeds or planting seeds. To them, it's just gardening. To him, it's life. The act of squatting and rising dozens of times has kept his legs like pillars, strong enough to walk to the market without a cane, while many of his peers lean on walkers. Western doctors often prescribe resistance machines or gym visits for strength training, but Japanese elders show that the floor itself is the perfect gym. Squatting naturally maintains bone density, which is critical for preventing fractures. A study published in Osteoporosis International followed older adults who practiced squatting as part of their routine and found a 23% lower incidence of hip fractures compared to those who did not. That's not coincidence, it's biology in motion. So, the next time you watch a Japanese elder sink gracefully into a squat, remember, it's not just a movement. It's an insurance policy against weakness, falls, and dependence. And while squats guard your strength, number 2 is even more critical. It's the ultimate test of balance, one that predicts not just how long you'll walk, but how long you'll live. Number 2, slow walking with controlled breathing. In Japan, walking is not just transportation, it's therapy. But the real secret isn't just the walking itself, it's how it's done. Elders practice slow, deliberate steps paired with controlled breathing. This may look almost too simple, but researchers at Kyoto University found that seniors who combined walking with rhythmic deep breathing improved cardiovascular endurance by up to 20% in just 12 weeks, compared to those who walked without focusing on breath. That's because controlled breathing keeps oxygen levels steady, lowers blood pressure, and turns every step into a full body recalibration. Why does this matter so much after 60? Because the body loses its ability to use oxygen efficiently with age. Lungs stiffen, arteries harden, and the heart pumps less powerfully. Normal walking helps, but when you add mindful breathing, the benefits multiply. It slows the heartbeat, expands lung capacity, and trains balance in a way no treadmill can replicate. Doctors in Tokyo even call it moving meditation because it calms the nervous system while strengthening the muscles. On a quiet path lined with cherry blossoms, 81-year-old Mrs. Kuroda walks every morning at sunrise. Neighbors sometimes notice her lips moving as she counts breaths with each step. She inhales for 4 steps, exhales for 6. To outsiders, it looks like she's just strolling. In reality, she is practicing a centuries-old rhythm that stabilizes her blood pressure, eases joint pain, and keeps her mind clear. She says it makes her walk younger, even though she's lived 8 decades. The science confirms her wisdom. A 2019 study in the Journal of Geriatrics Cardiology tested older adults who practiced slow, breath-focused walking and found a 35% reduction in dizziness episodes and a 15% drop in resting blood pressure after 3 months. Another study in Frontiers in Aging Neuroscience linked breath-focused walking to improved memory scores, showing how increased oxygen delivery can nourish the brain. For seniors, that means fewer dangerous falls, fewer strokes, and even protection against dementia. And yet, as powerful as walking with controlled breathing may be, it's still not the most important. Because number one is the real shocker, a movement so simple, so overlooked, yet proven by studies to slash senior mortality risk by nearly 30%, and almost no one outside Japan talks about it. Number 1. Gentle Tai Chi style arm circles. At the very top of the list is something so simple you might dismiss it at first glance. Slow, flowing arm circles practiced in the gentle style of Tai Chi. But here's the shocking truth. Studies show that movements like these can literally extend life. A 2012 analysis in the British Journal of Sports Medicine found that seniors who practiced Tai Chi-inspired routines had a 31% lower risk of death over a 10-year period compared to non-practitioners. That's not a small difference, it's survival. And it all comes from moving the arms slowly, deliberately, with the body balanced and the breath controlled. Why does this matter so much? Because gentle circular movements of the arms engage not only the shoulder joints, but also the heart, lungs, and brain. When arms are lifted and moved in wide arcs, the chest opens, the rib cage expands, and circulation improves. It's almost like pumping fresh blood through blocked pipes. For seniors, that means stronger lungs, better posture, and a reduced risk of the shallow breathing that leads to dizziness and falls. One spring morning in Okinawa, 84-year-old Mr. Fujimoto joined a small group in the park. The sun had just risen, and they stood in silence before slowly raising their arms in graceful arcs, circling outward, then back toward the body. He said he had practiced this for 30 years, and credits it for keeping him out of the hospital. "I feel my blood move when I do this," he explained. And he was right. Scientists have measured significant boosts in blood oxygenation during Tai Chi-style routines, even though the movements look effortless. What makes this movement so powerful is its accessibility. You don't need mats, weights, or trainers. Just stand tall, lift your arms slowly, and let them circle like waves flowing outward. The body responds by loosening stiff shoulders, strengthening the spine, and calming the nervous system. It's exercise disguised as grace. And because it's gentle, seniors can practice it daily without pain or fatigue, slowly compounding the benefits year after year. Think about it. A few minutes of graceful circles each morning may not just protect balance, it could literally add years of life. That's why this sits at number 1. Not because it's the hardest or flashiest, but because it quietly rewires the body and rewrites the story of aging. So, there you have it. The 6 quiet movements Japanese elders do every single day to stay strong, independent, and alive well into their 80s and 90s. None of them involve heavy weights, gyms, or complicated equipment. Instead, they are simple rituals. The Radio Taiso morning stretches that wake up every joint, the Seiza standing that builds raw leg strength, the torso twists that keep the spine alive, the deep squats that anchor balance, the slow walking with controlled breathing that turns steps into medicine, and finally, the gentle Tai Chi style arm circles that not only calm the body but literally extend life. Think about the stories we shared. Mrs. Tanaka clearing her living room for Radio Taiso, Mr. Sato standing up from the floor without help, Mrs. Ito twisting like bamboo in her kitchen, Mr. Nakamura squatting in his garden, Mrs. Kuroda walking in rhythm with her breath, and Mr. Fujimoto circling his arms with the sunrise. Each of them carried a simple daily ritual that became their shield against decline. Each of them showed us what's possible when you refuse to let age dictate your strength. Now the question is, what about you? Will you add even one of these movements into your morning or evening? Imagine yourself 1 year from now, breathing easier, standing taller, walking steadier, and feeling younger simply because you embraced these tiny daily rituals. That's not fantasy. That's what science says will happen. I want to hear from you. Tell me in the comments, how old are you, where are you watching from, and which of these movements do you think you can start today? I read every single comment, and I reply to as many as I can, because this channel is not just about information, it's about building a community of seniors who refuse to let strength retire. If this video moved you, share it with a friend or family member over 60 who needs it. Don't keep the secrets of longevity hidden. Someone you love may need them right now. And if you haven't yet, hit that like button and subscribe. We post new videos every week to help seniors reclaim their health, one choice at a time. Your support helps us reach more people, and together we can change the way aging looks and feels. Remember, aging is inevitable, but decline is optional. The Japanese elders proved it. And now so can you. So get up, roll those shoulders, breathe deep, take a step, twist your torso, squat low, circle your arms, and remind your body it's never too late to stay strong. If you have any questions or want to share your own experiences, feel free to leave a comment below. Thanks for watching.